Here's a quick lesson on apportioning using ArcGIS Pro. There's a task that we need to find all of the employees along this bus route. I've already done it for one, but now I'm going to add on this other one. So first we're going to buffer the bus stops that are there, and we're going to use the dissolve into a single feature pipe. That way it'll just be one area. I'm going to use US survey miles for a half mile. And if you want to do it, if you don't want to dissolve it, you'll get the catchment areas for each stop. And some of them are right across the street from each other, so you'll get little slivers. Okay, so, and then this is where I see the problem, but I miss it because I zoom in. The next problem is, what do you do with this overlapping area between these two here? So we're gonna clip it out using the erase command. Not the clip command, but the erase command. So you choose your two feature classes that you want to clip against each other, erase one from the other, and then it creates an output feature class. And it'll just clip out that little, erase that little section there that's overlapping in between the two. Thus removing that count from our summary. This way, one is the primary and this is the secondary one. So we're going to remove the overlapping piece there. There was a problem that struggled with this many times, was that both of the feature classes that are used in the summarize within command need to be, I found that they needed to be in the geodatabase as separate feature classes. Using a select from an outside feature class didn't work. So it would run the command, it would show green, but it wouldn't actually create any output. So export them out and then use the summarize within on those feature classes. So here's me selecting those and then exporting them out as new feature classes in the geodatabase. The summarize within will portion the amounts of each attribute by the areal extent. So if the polygon only covers half of an area, then the value will be half of that area. So if I had 500 employees within the polygon, if the areal extent of the clipping polygon was only half of it, then the number would be 250. So, and that's what we're able to do here. And then I'm summing them together to get it over the entire area. So I choose each one of the attributes that's already been apportioned, and then I just use the sum of each one of those for the entire buffer area. Buffer and catchment are similar. I did all these attributes here. I only ended up using the CTP employees count to deliver what was needed. This is the Route 82 and Route 43 stops were used to create the catchment area buffer. And then overlaying with the transit analysis zones, TAZ data. That's what's being summed here in the background. And then I choose square miles as my unit area. This just takes a few seconds to run. It's not that difficult. I don't think there's even a pairwise version of this. So when you're doing it without the dissolve, then you'll get a bunch of these, and you have to go through and remove the slivers and assign the individual polygons to the right stop. So here, once this has been done, you can tell because the pink polygon overlapping it has been selected over the top of the TAS and created an outline. And then we want to compare our value here with the TAS in the background to make sure that the summary of the TAS is greater than the apportioned areas within the new catchment area. So here's the sum of employees. I was able to deliver that to the client. 266,000 is less than what the TAS area totally summarized to. So this is the entire TAS area in the background, and you use the visualize statistics. And typically it does show you the number right over there on the left, but another undocumented feature, you just copied this out and pasted it into a text editor to see what the values were. So 256,000 is the total TAS employee count. And when you come back to the apportioned area, it's less. By the percentage of the area that's covered by the catchment area. So 226,000. Thanks for listening along. Hope you learned something.